Three. Butler gets deep. Spinning. Missing. Rebound McDaniel. Now Butler one-on-one against DiVincenzo on the face-up. Spinning. Got deep. And gets the roll. It's a two-point game.
1 minute he was a playoff hero. The next, he's being dragged by fans, sued for hundreds of thousands, and blamed for the Warriors' collapse. What really happened to Jimmy Butler in Game 4, and is this the beginning of the end? Jimmy Butler has always thrived in high-pressure moments, but after Game 4 of the Western Conference semifinals, that image is starting to crack. The Golden State Warriors, once considered playoff royalty, now face the brutal reality of a 3-1 series deficit against the surging Minnesota Timberwolves. And at the center of it all is Jimmy Butler, both for what happened on the court and the chaos swirling off of it.
Loose balls and 50-50 balls, as we talked about getting. But overall, we did get better, just wasn't good enough.
Game 3 had been classic playoff Jimmy. He dropped 33 points and carried the Warriors through tight stretches, stepping up with Stephen Curry sidelined due to a lingering hamstring issue. But Game 4 was a different story altogether. The Warriors were ready to pass the baton to Butler, but after scoring 33 points in Game 3, playoff Jimmy was nowhere to be found. Butler looked out of rhythm, limited to just 14 points on 5 of 9 shooting. He added 6 rebounds and 3 assists, but the numbers didn't tell the full story. The Warriors collapsed in the third quarter, getting outscored 39-17. Butler, visibly dealing with a tailbone injury and reportedly feeling under the weather, seemed outmatched by the Timberwolves' energy, especially the electrifying Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle, who led a 17-0 run that turned the game on its head. By the time the final buzzer sounded, the Timberwolves had sealed a 117-110 win, putting the Warriors on the brink of elimination. In the end, the Timberwolves were able to take a commanding 3-1 series lead after defeating the Warriors at Chase Center in Game 4, 117-110. While Butler struggled, the elephant in the room was the absence of Steph Curry. The Warriors' offense has always revolved around him, and without his gravity and leadership, Golden State looked disjointed. Jonathan Kuminga gave the team a pulse with a 23-point effort off the bench, but it wasn't enough. Butler was supposed to be the stabilizing force. Instead, he looked like a shadow of his Game 3 self. Butler's issues didn't end with the scoreboard. Just days before Game 4, a legal bombshell dropped. Butler was being sued for allegedly leaving a Miami rental home in shambles. The lawsuit claims he skipped 2 months of rent and caused property damage totaling over $260,000, confirmed, verified by ESPN. Golden State Warriors forward Jimmy Butler has been sued for allegedly failing to pay $260,000 in rent and leaving behind more than $127,000 in damages related to a luxury home he leased in Miami Beach, Florida. Photos from the case reportedly show severe interior damage, and the landlord is seeking compensation for both the unpaid rent and repairs. The timing couldn't be worse for Butler, who's already under a microscope for his inconsistent postseason performance. The NBA hasn't made any official statements, but sources suggest the league is monitoring the situation closely, especially given its potential to impact Butler's reputation and marketability. Mainstream and sports media have pounced. Pundits who once praised Butler for his tenacity are now questioning his leadership. "Where was the fire?" asked one analyst. If this is playoff Jimmy, the Warriors are cooked.
As I told y'all, this team is cooked. Y'all thought I was crazy.
Critics aren't just focused on his Game 4 stats. They're also scrutinizing his body language, his engagement during timeouts, and his responses during post-game interviews. Butler's usual confidence came off as defiance, and not in a good way. Behind the scenes, team dynamics seem to be unraveling. Reports have emerged suggesting tensions are rising in the Warriors' locker room. Butler, known for his intense personality and no-nonsense approach, might be rubbing some teammates the wrong way. There's talk that his leadership style, which worked in Miami, isn't translating well in Golden State's more collaborative culture. Some even suggest he's clashing with veteran voices who are used to the Curry-Thompson-Green trio's leadership dynamic. Social media exploded after the Game 4 collapse. Some fans defended Butler, pointing to his Game 3 heroics and the lack of Curry. Others were less forgiving. Hashtags like Butler bailed and not playoff Jimmy started trending, capturing the growing divide. One post that went viral read, Jimmy Butler disappearing in the playoffs and destroying someone's house. Man is catching L's on and off the court. Whether it's fair or not, the court of public opinion is shifting, and fast. This isn't just about Jimmy. The Warriors as a whole are facing an identity crisis, with Klay Thompson inconsistent and Draymond Green struggling to maintain his usual defensive dominance. The spotlight has naturally intensified on Butler. He was brought in to be the X factor, the player who could carry the team when others faltered. Instead, his Game 4 performance has added fuel to the fire. Whispers of locker room frustration are starting to surface. According to a team insider, some teammates feel Butler hasn't taken enough accountability for the loss. And now, there's a looming question over the future of this roster. If the Warriors flame out early, does management consider blowing it up? Is Butler the scapegoat or part of a broader overhaul? These are the discussions already swirling around NBA insiders and analysts. On the flip side, the Timberwolves are thriving. Anthony Edwards is playing like a seasoned superstar, and the addition of Julius Randle has given them a physical edge. They've out-hustled and out-executed the Warriors at nearly every turn. Their confidence is soaring, and that's bad news for Butler and company heading into a must-win Game 5 in Minnesota. The Wolves are young, hungry, and unafraid to punch back, and they smell blood in the water. What makes it worse for Golden State is how much the Wolves are enjoying this moment. Edwards was seen flexing after big plays, Randle barking at the Warriors bench. They're not just winning, they're sending a message. This isn't a team sneaking through. This is a squad on the rise, looking to dethrone one of the league's most celebrated dynasties. The question now isn't just whether the Warriors can survive Game 5, it's whether Butler can reclaim his playoff legacy. He's always been known as a player who rises when it matters most. But with his back against the wall, a legal storm brewing, and criticism mounting, the pressure has never been higher. Will we see a resurgence, or has the weight of expectation finally broken him? Jimmy Butler came to Golden State with the promise of elevating a dynasty already rich with championships. He was supposed to be the final piece, the playoff enforcer who could will them through tough series. But as it stands, Butler is now fighting battles on two fronts. The Timberwolves on the court, and a lawsuit off of it. His legacy is hanging in the balance. Game 5 isn't just a game. It's a referendum on whether playoff Jimmy is still real or just another myth. And if he falls again, don't be surprised if the NBA and the Warriors start preparing for a future without him. Stay tuned. This story is far from over. Do you still believe in playoff Jimmy, or is this the end of the legend? Hit that like button if you're watching this downfall unfold, and drop your predictions for Game 5 in the comments. Subscribe and turn on notifications. This saga is only getting crazier.